everybody, it's Christy Morgan, the Blissful Chef. Today's FAQ, I'm going to talk more about what I did to get ready for my bikini competition, which I just finished last weekend, and it went really well. And I'm going to do a whole separate post just on that and a recap so you can see some of the photos and things from the show. But I've been getting a lot of emails and comments from people that want to know what I did. I did post a blog, and people have specific questions, and I don't have the time to answer every single one. And I'm going to make this video that kind of lays it all out that people can refer to when they have questions. And if you have any suggestions or comments, please share your experience as well. So Kayla wrote in to me and she says that I looked amazing, thank you. And she wants to know about fasted cardio. So what I did is I started working out in January 5 or 6 times a week at Beyond Fit, and I was doing 3 to 4 cardio days and then 2 powerlifting days. And I was doing fasted cardio on 3 or 4 of those days, and then I wouldn't eat till noon. So I was doing this intermittent fasting, and that helped me lose some body fat, but I didn't really start losing the body fat until I switched to doing less cardio and more weight training. So I switched to weight training 5 times a week, and I was doing cardio maybe 2 times a week. And I'm already petite. If you look at my before and after photo, I wasn't really that much overweight. I just had body fat that needed to go, and you may have more weight to lose, so you might want to add more cardio, but you do want to lift weights. So I'm a woman, and I'm in my 30s, and I'm not an expert. I'm not a personal trainer, but I am good at gauging what people should be doing. And what I can do is I can share my experience with you. So you may try what I did for 8 weeks, and you may not have the same results. But it's 8 weeks or 12 weeks, and it doesn't hurt to try, right? Because you can experiment and see where you're at in 12 weeks. And I'm actually going to start offering consulting for people. So I have my online wellness program, and it's a 28-day program. So if you need to lose weight and you need to get healthy and really learn how to cook and make your own meals, because that's the most important part of the whole process. It really is 70% diet. I highly, highly cannot recommend enough to do that program. That should be the baseline for you to start with, is do that program. It includes a workout that you do 3 times a week that's high intensity training. It's the cardio that I have been doing this whole time. And then on top of that, you're going to add in 3 to 5 weight training days. And I did a 5-day split. So what I did is I did 2 leg days. So Monday, I would do a leg day, and then I would do back and buys and chest and tries, and then sometimes I would do abs in there too, and I would focus on shoulders on one day, and then the last day of those 5 days, I would do another leg day where I focused more on my glutes, and one day was more focused on my legs. So that's what I did, because you want to give each body part time to recover and really work that to exhaustion. So each day I would do anywhere from 4 to 7 exercises. And what I was doing, it wasn't powerlifting, so I would stay in the 8 to 12 rep range, and I would lift as much as I could for 4 sets or 3 sets, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps. So at Chad's gym at Beyond Fit, we were doing powerlifting where we do 5 times 5. So I was lifting more because we only did 5 reps. So you can experiment and try and see what works best for you. So once I switched to my contest prep where I was doing less fasted cardio and 5 times a weight lifting, I stopped doing that intermittent fasting. I switched my diet to 5 to 6 small meals throughout the day, and I started early. So I do my fasted cardio, and then I would come home and eat immediately instead of fasting till noon. So that's what worked for me. It keeps your blood sugar and your metabolism level and just pumping throughout the day. So I highly recommend that. I completely gave up processed food. No chips, no crackers, no pastries, no sugar, no alcohol. I did allow myself one cheat meal a week where I would go out to eat and enjoy myself. I also stopped cooking with salt, or I would use very little. Because I'm a chef and food, you want it to taste good, but I cut my salt back a lot. So just like a pinch or a dash of tamari, and sometimes I would do like barbecue. I try to make everything from scratch, but I was working out so much that I got kind of lazy in the kitchen, so I would buy like, bottled barbecue sauce, but I would look at all the labels. I would see which one had the least amount of sodium. My favorite for dressings and for barbecue sauce and things like that is Organic Bill, because they use agave instead of sugar. And I did oil-free dressings, but I did use coconut oil occasionally. Like I would lightly pan fry my tofu, and then I would simmer it with like water and barbecue sauce, which was really awesome and delicious, but it cut the sodium back. So that was huge. Like I had no idea how much that would, help my physique to cut back the salt, because I wasn't bloated. So I was drinking a gallon of water a day. The one thing I kept with my whole 12 weeks was no alcohol. I just cut it out. I had vacations. I went and spoke at a couple festivals, and I did eat treats a few times, but I tried to stay away from pastries. No bread, no pasta, none of that. So it was basically, my diet was consisted of whole foods, and I would, sometimes I would buy packaged food, but it would be like hummus if I was too lazy to make my own. So now that I have my body fat percentage down, I can actually continue just to eat clean and probably not exercise as much, and I would still maintain my weight. So diet is super important. And Kayla asked about calories. For me personally, I don't really count calories. I don't count macros, which is fat, carbs, protein, which a lot of people do. And I guess if you have a lot of weight to lose, you might want to look at that and use an app like Chronometer or MyFitnessPal or something like that. What I did is I calculated an average day, what my average day looked like when I went unprocessed, and put in my weight and everything, and it told me how many calories I need to maintain my weight. And I actually ate about that many calories. Sometimes I probably had more, sometimes I had less. But the main thing I want to get across from you is you do not want to calorie restrict too much, because you can get to a point where your body goes into starvation mode and it just holds on to everything. So you want to eat, but you just want to eat the good food. So like vegetables pretty much don't count for your calories. You can just eat as many vegetables as you want, as far as I'm concerned. She asked about protein. She asked if I do protein shakes, and I do. And every athlete that that was on the Plant Built team that competed at this competition, they do as well. And having a protein shake right after you work out, right after you lift weights, is the easiest way for your muscles to get what they need to recover. So I'm not against supplementation at all. And other supplements I used was B12, liquid B12, and glucosamine with MSM, and that is for joint health. So that kept me feeling super strong. I was able to put on like double the amount of muscle that I've ever had in my life, and I'm just stronger and I feel amazing. What I did is I had protein at every single meal. I just tried to incorporate it, whether it be beans or tofu or a protein shake or hummus or tempeh or something like that, quinoa. I just wanted to make sure that I was getting enough to build and to repair. So ladies, Don't be afraid to lift and to lift heavy and to lift more than you've ever done before. And you keep a journal and write down everything. And as you'll just see your weights go up each week. And don't be afraid to do that, because you really don't get bulky, right? Like, I don't look bulky, right? I already flexed for you, but you only see my muscles when I flex. I'm not bulky, It's nice having a flat stomach, and I don't have a six-pack yet, but they've started to come out. And if you have any other questions, just, check out my blog. I documented everything I did and experimented with through my blog. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm posting my meals all the time. And if you look through all the photos, you can see some of my meals. But a lot of my sort of main meals, which would be like two, so I'd have oatmeal, and then I'd have a snack, which could be a rice cake with nut butter, or fresh veggies with some hummus or something. And then I'd have my lunch meal, which was usually a big salad, or like tofu with steamed veggies and quinoa. And then I'd have another snack before I go and work out. For me, I did my cardio in the morning, and then I would do my weight training in the evening, because I felt stronger, because I had been eating all day and I had fuel for my muscles. So before you work out, you want to have a little bit of carbs and protein and fat. Then after you weight train, you want to have your protein shake, and then your last meal could be a salad, or for me, I see my plate and it has greens and vegetables and protein and a good carbohydrate, which would be quinoa, brown rice. I love yams, baked yams. So I may consider doing consulting for people, and we can work together, and I can be your coach, and we can email with each other, and we can have Skype calls, and we can check in weekly. And I might actually set up a program where I'm going to need to test it on people. So if you're interested in that, do let me know. Send me an email, leave comments below. If you have a question about any of this, it's best to go ahead and leave a comment here on the video so that other people can chime in as well, because like I said, I'm super busy. I'm training for a triathlon that's in 8 weeks. So my training does not stop here. I'm extremely busy, and I apologize if I can't get back to every single person's email and answer all of your specific questions, because some of them emails take a while to get back to and to type it all out, depending on what your questions are. So I hope this is helpful. If you want to work one-on-one with me, do let me know, and we'll go from there. So thank you.